never cry. Old enough to say no lullabies. Always living life in black and white. Find the vision from the coloured lights. Spirited, but are you spiritual? Found you look for me, that's a miracle. Then I go make mistakes, that's pitiful. Then I go make mistakes, that's typical. Let me know, let me know. I will go, I will go. All I know. Visions of me in a row. Keep on working, I won't fall. Close case closed. Easy didn't wanna know. But you go was at my show. You nothing I know. When I got it for the love.
Hi guys, and this is Shin and Mummy, welcoming you all back to another episode of Lips Talk. So, today's episode is going to be on dating. Now, I feel like this is a bit of a juicy topic for us to delve right into because it's something that a lot of us are dealing with right now. And if you're not dealing with it, it's something you want to delve into, but you're finding yourself at a bit of a loss. So I have this electric blue.
Ready for you, so you can see what
this journey, this ride can take you on, because there's going to be a lot of colourful moments within it. And I feel like we need to keep it very vibrant. So this is why you're going to be watching these blue lips just take you on that journey, okay?
Let me talk to you.
One wise and beautiful woman once said to me, I haven't had a partner for some time. And it's not in a negative way. It's in the way of, I know what I want. I know what I want, and I know what I'm prepared to do to get what I want. And I know that I'm not prepared to settle. And in that, she continued to tell me,
she had 5 things, main things, that she had put down.
I'm going to say list. Some of you will be like,
no list. Yeah, a list.
She had 5 things on her priority list that if these things were not in the characteristics weren't, shown or apparent in these people that she was going on dates with or spending time with or talking to, she was just going to axe it straight up. She said, if I was on a date with someone I didn't know and I was getting to know them and I kind of found out that I hit one of my 5 prioritized things that are very important to me, that she had to politely find a way to excuse herself from that date.
And I said, darling, is that not a bit brutal?
Is that not a bit harsh? This person doesn't have one of the 5 things that you're looking for. At that time, can't lie to you, I was in a relationship myself. So I had my own ideas of what I thought a relationship should look like and what I was comfortable with as calling a relationship. So when she said that, I was just like, why would you say that? Why would you axe the date just like that? Because they didn't have that thing. So even though I thought it was quite cutthroat, fast forward some years on from that conversation, and I totally, fully get it. And it's because of where I was in my relationship at that time, why I thought that what she was saying was kind of deep. But I get it. I actually deeped it instead of thinking it was shallow. Now, I didn't think it was shallow when she said it. I just thought it was just like, is that not a bit harsh? But I think once I explain it to you, you'll see where I'm coming from with it. So the way I look at it now, depending on how you've gotten into a relationship or how you plan or intend on getting into a relationship,
should have some factors to what you're looking for, what you expect, what you're willing to accept, and what you believe is actually supposed to be happening within your relationship. So what I take from it now, from what she was saying, is that
there's fundamentals that she looked at as being very important. And if she was ever going to marry this person or spend a very long time with that person, they needed to have, in her eyes, these fundamental things that would allow her to know that these are her key points that she'll never stray off. They will never change because that is just how she felt. I agree with that now. I get it. Now, if you have dated and somebody has come up and you had a list or your priorities that you put in line, whatever the list that you compiled, consists of, there has to be a degree of you maintaining it throughout your outlook on dating. Once you're dating, or once you've got prospects of dating,
you want to think that you have some things in mind that you can't, relent on and just like backpedal and say, no, it's fine that they don't have this, because it will one day show up as being an issue for you. So
I look at it now that, say your 5 fundamental things is somebody has to always know how to treat you nice, that considers your feelings because your feelings are important, and also that they have to be intelligent, they have to be able to stimulate your mind, and they have to also have a level of awareness of themselves, in the sense of knowing who they are.
They are already secure in what it is that they call themselves.
They don't need anyone to co-sign it. They don't need anyone to tell them that this is good about them. They just know that these things are their attributes, and nobody can take that away from them, because they're very, rooted within what they are aware of themselves. Now, whatever your 5 things are, I feel like when you start straying off
your point that you're trying to get to, that man, that woman, that person you're trying to obtain, that is
your ideal, the one that just is the perfect one, because you have written them up in your mind as being that person that you are ready to receive in your life, to experience your life with, and just to have a lot of good memories, because this is the kind of people
you want to draw into your existence.
You want to enjoy people who are going to help you to have an abundance of fun and love and happiness. That's the basis of a lot of people's ideas of a relationship. They want to always think of themselves as having fun. Now, if you're picking people that you're dating off some shallow-minded background, the thing that you decided to tally up as being,
oh, has he got nice shoes? Do they, where do they shop? What kind of clothes do they wear?
Are they good looking to me and to other people? There's several different things that people can look for. That doesn't necessarily mean that that person is a good person. We could just be trying to please the eye. And pleasing the eye all the time is not going to please the heart, nor the soul, nor you, if you really think about it. If we was to pick one person, just one, and think that that person's going to be with you for the rest of your life, what would you base that off? Like, at the end of the day, it's all depending on you and how you feel about life. And the people who you choose to spend your life with have to feel, to a degree, the same way as you, because they're going to be experiencing it with you. So you have to take them into consideration as well. You can't just think about yourself. So this person that you think up,
if you're always going to choose people off what they look like, and the fact that they make you laugh, and it's not necessarily from a depth of, does this person have ambition? Do they have drive? Do they have the willingness to help elevate me? If you're not looking for certain attributes that are going to be underlined, imperative for your success and growth of a relationship or a bond, I feel like you're always going to come to a point
where you're going to be halted. There's going to be a big old stop sign at some point during
the duration of your time together,
where you're going to be like, wow, how the heck did I get here? You are so funny. You wear the best perfumes. You are basically what I would think would be the person I'm looking for, because when I see you, I'm so elated to see
you, like, ah! And when I smell you, I'm just like, oh, that smell is divine.
Now, polishing turds. Have you ever heard of that? That's a thing. There's a lot of people that can master the art at polishing turds. It's very hard nowadays to spot a turd. And I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because they mask their smell with cologne. Maybe it's because they cover their face in contouring. It doesn't matter. A lot of people hide behind clothes, cologne, and a fake personality. Now, over time, if you have a fake personality, it will come out in different stages, because it's very hard to be fake all the time. Some people may have mastered the art and maybe Shaolin masters in the art of faking it. However, that curtain has to unveil the truth at some point.
And whether you're ready to receive the truth at this point, it's a different story.
So, all I'm trying to say is, if we really delve into how we picked our partner, I think we would get to the root of some of our issues. I fully get where my beautiful friend was coming from when she was explaining that it's just like cutthroat, dog eat dog. I am not putting up with just some stuff.
I'd rather have no man than a man. A man could be anybody's man. Now, do you not want the man for you? If you're saying that there is potentially that one person that is out there for you, are you not going to wait for that person? Because that person
waiting for you, thinking, I hope that she hasn't settled on just any and anybody. I'm definitely going to provide her with A, B, and C, because I am her beginning, I want to be her middle, and I definitely want to be her end. And I hope that she has that same energy for me. So the long and short of that is, seriously, if you do have a list of things that are important to you and your well-being and your mental health, you should definitely keep that at the top of the list of priorities, because you have to prioritize your feelings and your ideas on your future. Because if you don't,
who's going to prioritize that for you?
Because you can get with someone who has got all the money in the world but doesn't have any form of heart when it comes to how you feel that day. You might just be, feeling a bit low, and they just look at you like,
what have you got to feel low about? Did I not just buy you something?
Like, humble yourself. And imagine being told to humble yourself when you're genuinely feeling very crappy that day, and that person who you say you love told you that they love you back, tells you to basically get over it. Somebody who doesn't delve into your feelings and want to check out,
babe, are you all right?
What's going on with you? If you can't find someone that can fully grasp where you're coming from with your emotions, your mental, and your physical, because
the physical can be an issue for people. You can meet somebody one way, and eventually down the line, you find yourself in a predicament where you've gained weight, they've gained weight, they've lost weight, you've lost weight, whatever it is, they could get to a point where you just don't find them physically attractive anymore.
Do you think that the person that you really, 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 really want to be with, that them putting on weight and losing weight is going to be a factor if you stay with them or not? Let's really deep that. Do you think that weight could be a factor? I don't think it would, because if you raise your partner upright and hold them front and center, because you know that that's where they hold you in high regard, do you think that weight is going to be an issue? Because you'll either motivate them to lose the weight, you'll motivate them and help them to gain the weight, and you'll learn how to keep their everything stable, their mind, body, and soul. Because if you're concentrating on someone's body, but you're not concentrating on their mental, what kind of partner are you? Really, we have to think about that. So you can't concentrate on things that eventually could fade, which is looks, which is, personality to a degree could fade, but there's a lot of things that have to be factored into why a personality is faded. Maybe it's because they feel like the relationship they're having with you is dampening their ability to fully be themselves, their shine, their,
je ne sais quoi.
The thing that makes them
pop.
If they are in a relationship with you and find themselves in a situation where they can't fully be themselves, that's an issue. So what I'm trying to say to you is, instead of aligning yourself with somebody who has the scent of roses that they bought, or aligning yourself with someone who just is so pleasing to the eye.
You're just like, yeah, I love the way you dress. I like your persona and that energy that you're giving off there.
You have to really think about the deeper picture, which is, what is it that's most important to you? You need to think about these 5 things that is very important. And if this person doesn't have those 5 things, you should really consider if you actually want to be with that person or not. So I'm going to challenge you. If you're in a relationship or not, I want you to think of your 5 things that you would like to call your must-haves, the things that you believe is very important for that person, your significant other, to have. And then I want you to check it against the person you're with or check it against the people you're dating. If they come up short, even by 1, I challenge you to reject the idea of actually connecting fully with this person, because you can't fall in love with potential. Because a seed is a potential to blossom into whatever it's meant to grow into. You can't water a seed that wants to be inverted, that doesn't want to come out and blossom and be everything it can be, because they may find the idea of transforming from a seed,
growing and being strong and eating enough of the nutrients that they need, and then the light that guides them and the water that waters them, they may feel
a bit uncomfortable to come out of their shell. So you can water them as much as you want. You can put them in the light as much as you want, but they still have to want to grow. So I think that the idea of falling in love with potential is not really good enough, because that's a dream that only you will be dreaming until that person connects with their own ability to allow themselves to grow.
Now, I have no problem with rooting and hooting and hollering on the sidelines, letting my man know, like, I am here for you, I've got you, whatever you need, I can go get that for you, because I know
that that's the same energy he gives me to raise me up, to make me feel like everything, like his queen. Now, let me tell you this. The energy you give to somebody else has to be reciprocated, because if it's not,
here lies a lot of the problems and issues that you will find yourself in.
Another lady that I love to speak to, she said to me,
why do you think that lockdown is causing such a rift with certain people and their partners? Why do you think that is?
And I said,
I'm going to be honest with you. It stems back to the first beautiful lady that I was speaking about. These cutthroat things that you should really take into consideration before hopping into a relationship,
they're not considered before people get into a relationship. So they find themselves in this problem where
you can be with someone and have them come over whenever you want them to. If they're getting on your nerves after you've had them over for the weekend, you know that Monday they're going back to work, they're going to do their thing, and you can have them around you whenever else you prefer to have them. But when you think about a lockdown,
you're forced now to be, to a degree, imprisoned
with your new cellmate on D block,
whoever that person is, and they then start turning into a different person. And you wonder why.
Think about it.
There's niggly things that person already did that annoyed you.
When you wasn't on a lockdown. But you chose to say,
I don't have to be around them all the time. And the majority of the time I enjoy their company. So you just let these things slide.
And the more you let it slide, and the distance in which you gave the time in which you spent with them, the idea of how irritating it is becomes further away from you. Whereas when you're in this lockdown and it's forced,
they are now being furloughed, they're sitting on their butt, you're both not working at the moment, no fault of your own. Do you not think some of these things that you allowed to slide before is not going to come back?
And be prevalent, just there in your face. Because if you think about it, this person's problematic behaviours become more apparent because you're literally having nothing better to do apart from watch time go by while you're all waiting to be able to get back to whatever it is you used to do, going out, seeing other people, and just living what you call your normal life. So now,
when you see this person not washing their clothes as often as you thought they did, or when you see this person just generally not being as pleasant as they normally were, it's because the facade that they used to keep up for the times that you did spend with each other.
Now, it's very hard to keep up a facade for a very long time because it starts to wear on you.
It becomes like a job in itself, and it's a job that don't pay. You're already being furloughed, you're already not at work, but you've got a full-time job of making this person believe that you are who you have been showing them.
That doesn't mean that you are that person.
Your Wizard of Oz
veil is slowly but surely falling.
It's becoming increasingly hard for you to put out that energy.
that you are just a genuinely nice person.
God, you're looking at them sideways now.
Like, really? That's how you're going to do me? And people are like, but if you spend a lot of time with people, they could just get on your nerves.
Listen,
If you're spending the time that you want to, even that's been forced on you, with somebody who genuinely is for you, do you think that that person could irritate you?
Just grate on you like a grater and make you feel like,
I really could do with a time out from you. Do you think that could happen if you was with the right person? Everybody and anybody can irritate you, and that's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is there are times when if you're spending it with people who you find that energy is just reciprocated from.
it's like when you go on holiday and your holiday's only 2 weeks, but you feel like you've only been there for 48 hours because it's just gone that quick.
you're like, really?
And that's why the saying, time flies when you're having fun, comes into it. But if you are with somebody who constantly annoys you because of the things that is starting to, crumble around you because they can't keep that facade up for any longer because it's just too long.
It becomes like, the opposite from time flying because you're having fun.
So I'm telling you now, sometimes when you've put a lot of time into something or someone and they're really just not giving you that energy that you need, instead of thinking, well, I've spent so many years with them already, or this much time has been spent, maybe we could fix this. Maybe you could fix it. Now, that maybe then drags into how long? How long does it take for that situation to actually start having a recognizable difference that will move towards you being with the person who you truly want to be with, or the person that you really truly believe is the characteristics that you want to see daily, because that's the type of energy you give. So I'm not saying that you're supposed to keep watching what this person's doing.
You need to watch how you're moving too, because like I've been saying in all these episodes, I've been working on you, but you can moan about these things that these people do that irritate you. But remember, you picked this said irritating person to sit beside you and say, I got you, babe, until you realise just how much they don't got you.
And you're like, right, okay, that's a bit quite irritating. And
how much of that are you going to take before you realise, like, no, we need to seriously do something about this?
so if you think about it, before someone forces a lockdown on you for you to realise that this veil is now quickly crumbling before your eyes, go and look about these 5 things that you need as your priority list.
If you was going to the shops right now to go and do your shopping, what would be the 5 most important things that you had to come back with? And if you couldn't find it in one shop, you'll definitely go and try and find it in another shop. Think about that.
And then you can have a better idea of what it is that you're supposed to be looking for in a partner. And while you're doing that list for them, make sure you do the list for you, because whoever you're picking that has all of these lovely characteristics that you're looking for,
They're going to be looking for some things in you too. So you need to be able to deliver, because there's no way that somebody that you're saying that you want to spend forever with is going to be looking for someone who has no time to develop themselves either.
So work on yourself as well as working on that very important list, and be as brutal as possible. Take it like Dragon's Den, where they just say, no, I don't want that. That don't sound like a good idea. And do you know what? Don't be mad at the missed opportunities that are there, because at the end of the day, it's not really a missed opportunity if that person was truly going to be for you. They would have everything you need for you to sign that off and be like, yeah, that is definitely mine. So I hope this really helps you guys, because as much as it sounds quite
Peak.
I just feel like delve deeper into yourself. Figure out what those things are. Strip back those veils of smelling good, looking good, sounding good, but not coming through with the actions, because actions definitely speak louder than words. So you guys work on that.
Think about if the world had no money in it at all whatsoever, and money wasn't a factor into how you could change people's minds at how they perceive you. I need you to think, what do you have to offer the world? Not a partnership, the world. If you had to trade something of yours to be able to give and be useful to other people, what would it be? Because money's no longer a factor within that. What could you offer? Because some people would become obsolete because there's not a lot that they can offer. Figure out the people who need to be obsolete in your life. And when you're finished, delete them. Till next time. problem in itself.